NFLBOSTON app. Tom Brady is losing one of his top receivers, and Jared Goff is getting a speedy new target. The New England Patriots traded receiver Brandon Cooks to the Rams on Tuesday for Los Angeles' first-round draft pick, number 23 overall. New England also sent a fourth-round choice to the Rams, and the Patriots got a sixth-rounder from Los Angeles. The 24-year-old Cooks had 65 catches for 1,082 yards and 7 touchdowns in his only with the Patriots. His receiving stats were second on the AFC Champions roster only to tight end Rob Gronkowski, who barely topped Cooks in all three categories. Cooks' clear chemistry with Brady makes the trade fairly surprising for New England, particularly after the recent departure of another favorite Brady target, Danny Amendola, who signed with the Dolphins. But the defending NFC West champion Rams made an aggressive offer to secure a potential number one receiver and proven deep threat just 3 weeks after the departure of Sammy Watkins, who got a 3-year, $48 million deal from the Kansas City Chiefs in free agency. Cook's speed and versatility should fit in well in coach Sean McVay's schemes as he lines up alongside Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp in the NFL's highest-scoring offense last. The trade also appears to be a strategic move on the part of the Patriots. Cooks is entering the fifth year of his rookie contract, and he can become a free agent after the 2018 BOXING Los Angeles app. The Canelo Triple G rematch, expected to be the fight of the year, is off. Canelo Alvarez has withdrawn from next month's middleweight title bout with Gennady Golovkin, 2 months after Alvarez twice tested positive for a banned substance. "I have always been a clean fighter and I always will be a clean fighter," Alvarez said during a conference call. "I want to prove without a doubt that I have never intentionally ingested clenbuterol. I have nothing to hide and I want to be open and transparent through this process." The May 5th fight in Las Vegas was going to be a rematch of a draw they fought last September. But on March 5, Alvarez promoters, Golden Boy Promotions, announced he twice tested positive for the steroid in February. They blamed contaminated meat, and Alvarez agreed to random drug testing. It was unlikely the Nevada State Athletic Commission would approve the fight after it temporarily suspended Alvarez, who could face a longer suspension. Alvarez is to appear before the commission April 18 concerning the positive tests. Golden Boy president Eric Gomez said Tuesday the promoters were advised Alvarez likely would not be cleared to fight May 5. "I've never let you down," Alvarez said to his fans. "I've never let you down and I never will. I respect what I do." Golovkin is hoping to fight a different opponent at T-Mobile Arena on May 5, but it won't approach the huge event that the rematch with Alvarez would have been. "I am looking forward to returning to Las Vegas for my 20th title defense and headlining my first Cinco de Mayo event on May 5, Golovkin said in a statement. "It is time for less drama and more fighting." Boston MARATHON app. About 5,000 uniformed and undercover police officers, surveillance drones, bomb and chemical sniffing dogs and heavy trucks blocking streets are just some of the security measures being used to protect this year's Boston Marathon, law enforcement officials said Tuesday. Authorities are taking no risks when it comes to the 122nd running of the marathon, even though there are no known threats to the April 16 race that goes through 8 cities and towns. 5 years ago, 2 bombs planted near the finish line killed 3 spectators and wounded more than 260 others. At this point in time, I can tell you neither the FBI, other U.S. government agencies or our state and local law enforcement partners are aware of any specific, active or credible threats directed at this year's marathon, said Harold Shaw, special agent in charge of the FBI's Boston office. Many of the security measures have been in place since 2013, when brothers Tamerlan and Dizhok Tsarnaev detonated the bombs. But police are constantly updating their plans based on world events, and new measures may not always be evident to the public, they said. Changes to security have been made since the Las Vegas shooting in October and terrorist attacks in Europe in which vehicles were used as weapons, officials said. Boston police will deploy officers on rooftops near the marathon route, Boston Police Superintendent Bill Ridge said. NBA NEW York app. Dallas Mavericks center Nerlens Noel and Utah Jazz forward Thabo Sefolosha have been suspended 5 games for violating the NBA's anti-drug program. Noel's ban covers the final 5 games of for the lottery-bound Mavericks. Sefolosha had surgery on the MCL in his right knee in January. His suspension will begin with the next regular season a playoff game that he is eligible and physically able to play. Nol's suspension ends a lost for a player trying to earn a long-term contract after failed negotiations last off-season resulted in him signing the team's qualifying offer of just $4.1 million for 1 year. Nol played just 30 games, with most of the missed time coming after surgery for a torn ligament in his left thumb in December. He averaged 4.4 points and 5.6 rebounds in 16 minutes a game in his fourth in the league. OLYMPICSLAUSANNE, Switzerland app. 7 countries are interested in hosting the 2026 Winter Olympics. Cities in Austria, Canada, Italy, Japan, Sweden, Switzerland and Turkey have submitted formal expressions of interest to the International Olympic Committee. The vote is scheduled for September 2019. The IOC has tried to attract more bidders after only 2 candidates reached the vote for the 2022 Games. Voters in and around Sion, Switzerland, will vote in June whether to continue with a bid, while Erzurum in eastern Turkey faces questions over security. 4 former host cities are also bidding, including 1972 host Sapporo, 1988 host Calgary and 1956 host Cortina d'Ampezzo. Turin, which hosted the 2006 Games, is part of a joint bid with Milan.